Hi guys, so I'm finally back. I know I had some little technical difficulties, so I'm finally back. And this weekend was CurlFest, and it's a festival celebrating African American hair in Prospect Park in Brooklyn. At first I wasn't going to go. I had no idea what it was. One of my friends hit me on IG and was like, hey, you going to CurlFest? And I'm like, girl, no, I don't even know what that is. And she was like, you should go. It's this date. Mind you, when she told me the dates, which was the 15th, I think. When she told me the date, I thought she meant like the 15th that was coming up, because she had hit me up on the 13th of last month. So I was like, no, maybe next time I have stuff to do. Only to find out that it was actually in July. And then a few of my friends on Twitter were like, hey, are you guys going to CurlFest? And I was like, well, damn, maybe I should be going. I told them no again. And then I get a text from another friend like, are you going to CurlFest? I'm like, look, I guess I'm going to CurlFest. I ended up going with one of my cousins because I didn't know that she was going. We got there around 3:30, 4 o'clock. I was shooting for 2 because I thought that would be a good time. After being there that late, I realized that the best time to go to CurlFest would be at 12 when the gate opens. Simply because there's not that many tents as far as hair products are concerned. Probably altogether maybe like 12, maybe 10. I'll give 12 maybe a little bit, but I mean 3 of them were Shea Moisture tents. So, you know, a few of the people that were there, obviously Shea Moisture, because Shea Moisture is the main ambassador. So Shea Moisture, Bumble, Alakay Naturals, Millie Organics, Eden's Bodywork, Cream of Nature, Olive Oil, Lotta Body was also there, Curls. That was just to name a few, the ones that I remembered. By the time we got in line for stuff, it was crazy. Like, the lines were insanely long. Samples and stuff were already gone. Luckily, we went to Cream of Nature because I saw so many people with Cream of Nature bags. I wanted to go to Camilla Rose. That line was insane, and they had samples, but by the time you got to the front, they were gone. Mind you, I got to the line for Camilla Rose was probably like, maybe that was like 3:45, 3:50. The line was crazy long. The group that I met up with had already been there on that line probably like 20 minutes before me. And when I got there, they were like, girl, there's nothing up there. Like, all the samples are gone. Mind you, it had only been 1, 2, 3 hours into the festival. And the festival ends at 7. It's from 12 to 7. It was only 3 hours into the festival, and they have absolutely nothing left. Oh my god. Bumble ran out of samples. Curls ran out of samples. Lotta Body was doing like t-shirts or something like that. If you took a picture with a guy and posted it on your Instagram. I didn't want that. They were also giving out popsicles, which I missed. I really wanted a popsicle because it was so freaking hot. Who else was having stuff? Millie Organics was having like a sale, and I really wanted to get some stuff. It was like everything was $10. Then their new line, it was 6 items for $50. I really wanted to get some stuff, but the way that they were organized as far as getting the line in and out really fast, it was just taking way too long. We were sitting there for like 30 minutes. It was entirely too long. Cream of Nature, they had a great process of how to get a line in and out. They basically split it up into 2 lines, and they were sending 5 out of each line at 1 at a time, and it was genius. I got a ton of samples. So I got this flexible styling that's not an argan buttermilk leave-in. I got this curl repairing mousse or mask. I got a curl activator moisturizer in Sheen, and a curl pudding. I also got some other stuff. This was a apple cider vinegar rinse, and it was like this is a 4-ounce sample. And I used it today for my hair under this wig. I used it today and it was really good. It smelled really good. It didn't smell as bad. And I think the coolest part about this is the bottle top. Like it pops up. And it's like a hole at the top, and you squeeze it out, so that way you're not squeezing too much and wasting the liquid. It's really smart. So you just push it back down for it to close. And then they have this co-wash that I also used along with the rinse today, which was really good. And then these two samples, I have this Butterlicious Curl Cream, which is what I use for my twist out under here, and the twirling custard, which was something that I was a little bit scared to use because I hate Shea Moisture's custard or souffle or whatever it is. I think it's disgusting and it makes my hair like feel gross. But theirs is really, really good. I can't wait to see what the twist out looks like when I take it out. But those samples are great sizes, and there's a generous amount. It says 6 ounces in each of these, but part of me feels like there's a little bit more. This one only has 1 ounce, but it's still so much product in here, and I did like 50 twists on my head. So I don't know. But I'm definitely going to keep using this stuff because I absolutely love Cream of Nature. Now, let's talk about how to handle getting into the festival. It's a long walk because, I mean, if you're not from New York City and you've never been to Prospect Park, you probably wouldn't know that it's a bit of a walk to get into the actual, like, park area. So you walk all the way down, and then they have, like, the regular entrance, and then they have the VIP section where the people that RSVP get their VIP bag. And I'm sure it's like full with all samples from every brand that's there. There's food trucks on the left side of the park, and then the tents and all that stuff are on the opposite side. So my advice would be, if anyone does this next year, show up at 12, run through the tents, because the hair tents, there's not a lot of hair tents, so you could just run through those 12, 10, 12, whatever tents there is. And then there's like another 5 or 6 tents of like people that make like the African fabric, like bandeaus and skirts and graphic tees and hats and like soap and like stuff like that. So there's like a few of those. So I would say run through those tents, and then take pictures at, like, there's a CurlFest sign in the middle of the park, and that line was crazy long. We didn't even wait for that one. There's also like couch sections throughout the park, like white couch sections with like spritzer fans. Thanks to Shea Moisture, they provided those, so you can also take time to like chill out there. And then I would say head to the food trucks, because there was like 5 food trucks, and they shut down between the times of 5 and 5:30 because the festival's over at 7. So, you know, they gotta clean up, count money, do all that stuff. So that takes like an hour or two. And the lines for the food trucks are long as hell. So if you're going to do the festival, get there as soon as it starts, hit the hair tents, take pictures, do whatever you need to do in the middle of the field, probably go dance, because there was basically a huge dance party in front of like the stage, and everybody was just lit. So I would recommend to bring a blanket and chairs to do like a picnic thing, because if you're not going to be dancing with the huge massive dance crowd that was in front of the stage, then I would suggest definitely bringing a blanket so you can lay out, eat, smoke, listen to music, chill, tan, because the sun was on 50. I'm surprised I have no mosquito bites. This is the schedule that I've mapped out for myself for next year. I'm very, very prepared for next year. I know what I'm going to do. I will say the overall experience was absolutely amazing. I thought it was beautiful. I had never seen so many black people in one area to uplift our hair texture. Everyone was together. Everyone was having fun. There was no fighting, no drama. There was tons of weed. There was tons of weed, when I'm sure there, obviously it was supposed to be, but there was tons of weed. You could smell it in the air. It was great music. The DJ was lit. I mean, everyone was just dancing to the reggae, soca, dance hall. At one point, they switched to like the Nigerian music, a lot of the old school R&B, and then they ended the festival with like more upbeat, more current music. So like Playboi Carti, Lil Uzi. But it was just dope because everyone was just so happy and so vibrant, and everybody just looked so free. Outfits were obviously to the 10s. Everybody looked so cute. There was a lot of girls like showing off their curves. You know, it was a great environment to be around because it was like no one's ashamed of their fat ass or, you know, whatever role there may be. Like, everybody was out showing, glowing, having fun. It was basically a huge black party is basically what it was in a park. It was great. People were selling nutcrackers, Hennessy nutcrackers, shots. The ices and snow cones is like a New York staple. And the lines for the ices and snow cones was insane. I waited 30 minutes. The people kept running out of ice. Like, I was in line for one icy for like 15 minutes and the guy was like, I ran out of ice. So I like had to book it to the next line before everybody else started dispersing to other lines. It was a mess. But also have cash on hand if you do want a nutcracker or if you want icy, because they don't have cards. The food trucks take card and some of the booths, I believe, also took card. So I would recommend you can use a card but also have cash on deck. Bathroom situation, porta potties, I don't do those. I did it once at Made in America and I got really lucky and found a super duper clean porta potty that had zero smell. Basically it was like no one was in there. But this one doesn't have as many porta potties as Made in America, so yeah. Reception as far as phone goes, super spotty. I would highly suggest having meeting points and meeting times with your friends if you go in a big group and you guys split up, because texting and calling was like, it was like once you got it in that area you had to stand there and stay on their phone. If you stepped out for 2 seconds it wasn't gonna work. It was gonna drop. The text, I had to send all my text messages as like regular text messages in an iMessage, and that's just pretty much how it is in that park, or most parks for some reason in the city. There's just, the Wi-Fi just sucks. It just really sucks in the parks. But other than that, it was great. I mean, there was like CurlFest fans and CurlFest bags, and the people that worked there also had a CurlFest shirts, so you know who to go to if you needed help for anything like that. The founder of Millie Organics was there, and she is gorgeous. She had, her hair was braided so beautifully. It was like 2 braids here, 1 down the middle, and then like 2 braid buns. Oh my god, she was so pretty. She looked like a freaking goddess. Like, and then all the people in their like African garb and their the actual authentic like dashikis and like the bra tops and the skirts and the head wraps. It was just so amazing, you guys. It was so pretty, so perfect. Like, black people are amazing. And there was like 0 cops from what I remember. I don't remember seeing like 1 cop during that entire festival. I could be wrong, because I'm sure, you know, New York City, we're supposed to have cops when you're having a big event, but I didn't see 1. There was no drama, no fights. There was tons of fine ass men. But what's new? Because black men are flawless, except for the fact that they're also the devil at the same time. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna go again. I'm probably gonna keep going. I would love if they could get like a Saza. I would love if they could get like SZA or Solange or maybe Erica. I feel like if Solange still lived here, she would have went to CurlFest, because I think this was only like the 3rd annual CurlFest or the 4th one. It's a relatively new event, so it's not something that's been occurring for years. Also, it was great. I looked cute. I'm gonna insert a picture of me, because I wore my my Dominican curly wig with the bang. I ended up combing it out a little bit and then braiding it with some gel the night before, and I just wore that. And then at one point I got way too hot and I had to put a hat on just to block the sun. Mind you, I had sunglasses on, but I was still like dying of agony, so I ended up just putting a hat on so that the cap could cover my face a little bit more. Shout out to Tarte for the blotting papers though, because sis had the blot, because it was a greasy situation. But other than that, it was great. I would recommend going. I love seeing tons of black people get together to celebrate their hair or their skin, the one thing that, you know, plenty of black people have been made fun of for growing up. So to see everyone come together and celebrate that and just be happy and feel so free, it was amazing and it was beautiful. So please, if you're ever in the area of New York City in the month of July, definitely look out for CurlFest, and I will see you guys on Wednesday. Bye.